Hey everyone, it's me, Dr. Whimsy, and today I'm making another fun meal. This is a dinner that is eaten a lot in homes in Israel during the Jewish Sabbath. And my first week in Israel, I think I arrived on a Thursday, and Friday night I was invited to a Moroccan Jewish family's dinner, and this was the meal that they served, and it is lemon chicken with rice and artichokes. And I thought it would be great to make this because I had artichokes from Imperfect Produce. I also have a lemon, and I have organic chicken. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you everything, and then we're going to do a price breakdown. Right, so for starters, we've got some nice organic drumsticks, and those are going to be the animal portion of the meal. $5.23 for 6 organic. Obviously, this is going to be about $3 if you go inorganic. So we're figuring if you go inorganic on this dish, you probably won't pay more than $1.50 per serving. The produce is from Imperfect Produce, which is an organization I'm really enthusiastic about. You can see I got 5 artichokes, so I'm very excited about that. They're going to be cleaned and sliced in half. I'm going to chop up the carrots and the onions. I've got approximately 150 grams of brown rice I'm going to be using, or approximately 1.5 cups, give or take. You just have to eyeball how much rice you want to serve. I'm going to be able to get at least 6 servings out if you're thinking that everybody's going to get approximately 1 leg. This is the slow cook method, so the meat will fall apart, and so you may actually be able to stretch this beyond 6 servings. We're going to just see how it goes. I'm going to prep everything and start cooking it, and then you'll see how we do this. Again, this is a slow cook technique, and so we're going to be using my Dutch oven. Okay, my fellow broke aristocrats, here is our setup. See how I did that? I got everything here for us. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start with sauteing some onions. I put a little bit of olive oil in there. And by the way, Imperfect Produce has imperfect olive oil. They've got imperfect coffee. They've got all kinds of things that are imperfect, not just Imperfect Produce. So if you can find a similar organization in your area, I think that's a good thing. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm trying to do this one-handed. Might have to turn off the camera. Let's see how I do this. We're going to just slow saute these onions. Go ahead and turn this up just a bit. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and saute these. I'm going to grab a spoon. Excuse me. Alright. Just going to saute this. This is your onions. I feel like every dish I make starts with sauteing onions. I don't know. Is that what you all find out is true? So this is a dish, as I said, that is served in Jewish homes. On Friday night we have a big dinner to celebrate the Sabbath, and then we also have a big lunch the following day on Saturday. So you're not supposed to work, so we will often make something like this, put it in a slow cooker like a Dutch oven, and then put it in the oven at a really low temperature, say 125 to 200 degrees, and just let it slow cook overnight, and then serve it for an early lunch or brunch the following day. So that is one thing you could do when you're making this type of a chicken dish. I actually had this on a Friday night. So, okay, so now I'm going to be adding my chicken. The chicken, a little bit about this chicken, as I said, it's organic. I will say also that it was, I removed the skin because the skin contains trans fats. So if you are talking about making your meal leaner, you would want to remove the skin. After removing the skin, you can soak it in salt water to make sure that you've removed any bacteria, salmonella, anything like that. So you're going to go ahead and cook this for a little bit. If you want, you can go ahead and put the lid on it. Salt, pepper. As you can see, I also have some paprika and garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and let it cook down for a little bit, in 10 minutes or whatever, just to go ahead and brown this. Okay, so I've cooked it down for about 10 minutes. You can see there's some water starting to form. Sometimes, particularly if you've defrosted your chicken, it's going to have water. And so that's going to help determine just how much water you add to the rice. I used to do a 2-to-1 ratio of water to rice, but in a dish like this, you probably don't want to do that. You might wind up with it being a little soupier than you had wanted. So now I'm going to add my rice, and I kind of overdid it with the rice, so I think I'm going to not add quite as much of the rice as I had thought I was going to add. So that is the rice. As you can see, I cooked it down, and I added lots of paprika, lots of garlic, salt and pepper. I cooked it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then that was with the lid covering it. And then now I've just added some rice. I'll go ahead and let it boil a little bit. And now I'm going to add some water. I'm probably going to add, that's enough. Probably for 1 cup, probably about 1.5 cups of water, give or take. You can check this dish. If you feel it's dry, you can go ahead and add some more. But that's pretty much what I did there. And now you'll just add your, you'll go ahead and add your vegetables. I threw in a lemon. I'm going to just move this. Got something in my way. I need a camera person is what I need. So I've got lemon being added, just sliced and thrown directly in it. And then some carrots. There we go. And then right on top of it is our artichokes, which were on sale at Imperfect Produce, I guess, because, I don't know, they look a little brown. They're fine. And I'm just going to lay it right on top here. So you can see this is actually a very pretty dish, isn't it? And that is how you set up to make a chicken lemon artichoke. Now, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a boil and go ahead and steam it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then turn it off and then stick it in the oven at about 225 and just let it slow cook at 225 for a couple of hours. When I open it up, I'll show you what it looks like. And as I had said, this is a traditional dish that you would see in Israel. The family that taught it to me is a Jewish Moroccan family, and but you see similar dishes in the Spanish cuisine. These chicken and rice dishes with paprika, and they're beautiful dishes. Okay, so it's been cooking for several hours. This is pretty much what it turns out to look like. And I'm going to go ahead and plate it. Give myself some chicken there. And give myself some rice and veggies. And I made a little bit of chop salad. That's it. Chicken, rice, artichoke, carrots, and chop salad. Yum. All right, there you have it. It's a simple dish of chicken, artichoke, carrots, onions, all from imperfect produce with some chicken quarters, chicken legs, not the whole quarter. Obviously, check the prices in your store. The reason I like this dish is because I like to serve it with an Israeli chop salad, which is how I had it, which also has a lemon base. And the person is getting about 80% of their calories, maybe even 90% of their calories from the plant kingdom. They're only getting about 10–20% of their calories from the animal kingdom. They see the chicken in the rice. It's going to fall apart after a couple of hours. Everything's going to get mixed together. You could add chicken broth instead of water. If you are so inclined. There's good chicken broth at Trader Joe's. Aldi's is not particularly expensive, or the Swanson's canned chicken broth. I think it's up to you however you want to make it. Manischewitz, if you if you're Orthodox Jewish and you want to have something, make it kosher, you would just use the Manischewitz chicken broth. And it's a great dish. And it gets you to that 80–20, 90–10 animal products. What I also liked about this dish was that I removed the chicken skin so that we didn't have additional trans fats, and instead replaced it with a little olive oil, which is a monosaturated fat. I've given lectures in the past about the differences between a monosaturated fat versus a trans fat in terms of heart health. Of course, too much fat, either monosaturated or a trans fat, isn't good for us. But if you want to have a little fat in your diet, you probably want it to be a monosaturated instead of a trans fat. So that's why I did that. Also, when you remove the skin and you wash it in salt water, you're removing any microbes, salmonella, etc. that might be on the chicken. All right, I guess that's all I have to say about that. It was part of an experience I had when I was younger, learning about those dishes. Like I said, I lived in Israel for about 5.5, almost 6 years, between early part of 1985 and late part of 1990. So I guess that's close to 6 years. I studied, I made friends, and it was a great adventure. But one of the things I really loved about living in Israel is the food. I got to learn not just the slow cook method of cooking something slowly over time to bring out the natural flavors, but I also learned some really delicious recipes and how to marry things. The other great thing that I like about Israeli cooking is that the majority of it is actually predominantly plant-based, as is Arabic cooking. A lot of what they eat in the Middle East is vegetarian, and so pretty much anyone can eat it. It's falafel, chop salad, hummus, tahini. I'll probably be doing a video on how to make a proper tahini for people who like that, and tahini goes great with salad. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. This video of Broke Aristocrats. Be sure and share, like, subscribe, and tell me what you're doing to take care of yourself without breaking the bank. I calculated, because I used imperfect produce, that a serving is probably going to run about $1.50 to $1.60, give or take. You can probably drop it down to about $1, $1.10 if you go with an inorganic chicken. All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.